like I said, again, just the keep going aspect of things is when you are in the portal, sometimes things don't happen right away. You have to sit there and just be patient and trust that the right moment will come your way. And when it does, obviously capitalize on it or find something that, suits your needs and wants. But yeah, as for me, is like hitting the portal 5 different times. It can be a lot, but in the end, obviously my journey is like, I know I'm where I'm supposed to be as I continue to pursue next level football after college.
What's up, everybody? You back here with Off the Field. We got another special one for you today. We here with Jaffer Murphy. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing very well. Blessed with the opportunity to come out here and have a conversation with you guys. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely, definitely. So you was actually born in Liberia and you became a D1 soccer player, then switched to football and became an All-American kicker with a cannon for a leg. So now you switched crews from UNC to UTSA. So let's talk about your journey, how you even got into football.
Yeah, I mean, like you started off with, I was initially a collegiate soccer player. I came over here from Liberia, Africa, and soccer was a sport that I loved, wanted to play all throughout my life. Played that through high school, played a lot of club, and then got the opportunity to play Division 1 at Drake University. And then I made a transfer switch to try and find warm weather because Iowa can be cold. So I went down to Florida Gulf Coast, played there to another Division 1 soccer school. And it was after that season down there where I felt, I wanted to shift. I felt God was calling me elsewhere in life in my sports journey. And I knew I wasn't done playing sports. And I didn't want to quit and be completely done. So I quit soccer and picked up football back again. And so I've really just been grinding that journey, and it's been a fun one.
So what made you want to decide to make that switch from soccer to football? Is just you was tired of soccer, or like anything specifically happened for you?
Specifically, that happened for me. I just didn't feel that there was a lot of success being continued at that level. I felt good out there. I played well, but the type of soccer that I knew or felt that should be happening wasn't happening. And that was just a moment of just me praying to God and being like, hey, is this something that I should be in? Did you have me in this to build me up for something else? And then that's kind of when I just made the decision. I had a phone call with my mom and I was like, I'm going to go play football in college and just see how far that takes me.
So you essentially been the CEO of your own career in sports world, right? So what is some of the biggest lessons that you've seen and that you can give back to the next generation?
Some of the biggest lessons I learned for sure was honestly, as simple as it sounds, just keep going. I mean, I know there's going to be ups and downs with everything that it is in life, whether that's sports and not sports. But with me in sports, it's just, I know I have a lot and I feel like I have a lot to give. And so when something comes to an end and God closes one door, he opens another one. So that's something that I would like to get back and tell younger generations, just keep going.
And man, we had some crazy stories on here, just teaching people how to keep going. I remember this one guy, shout out Fred. He was actually in the portal for 2 years. And then he ended up getting to a school, ended up in the HBCU Legacy Bowl. So, like you said, keep going even when times are dark and you really don't know what things is going to look like for you. So let's talk about the whole NIL space and just coaches moving schools and trying to restrict players from moving schools, right? You've been in a couple situations where your coaches left and you had a whole new coaching staff. Me personally, I had 6 different offensive coordinators while playing in school. So let's talk about that. Just switches when the coaches leave, and then it's a whole new staff, a whole new people.
My honest reaction to that is I haven't been able to experience a lot of that. I know that there was clearinghouse obviously at UNC Chapel Hill, but I got there when that was happening. So coaches that were being solidified in those positions, those were my coaches that I got to experience. So the staff prior to before I got there, I didn't really get a chance to meet or know. So with that question, I don't have much say in that because I know what happens though, as far as the guy's stories, but I never personally experienced anything like that.
So I know you're at UTSA now. So what's the biggest difference that you just seen from UNC versus UTSA?
Obviously, location-wise, you're in North Carolina now, a little bit cooler. Weather's a little bit fairer up there, but now you hit down to UTSA and Texas is really hot. A lot of heat. But the differences I would say would just be different people, different experiences, different lifestyles. I think coaching style up at UNC from Bill Belichick was a very positive one. Obviously, he's very famous, very popular in the football sports world. Being out here now with Coach Traylor, I really got along up there at UNC, and I'm getting along with my coaches here and getting to know them more. And I think for me, it's the biggest change is just my location. Otherwise, football still stays the same. The coaching still stays the same. They all want one thing, is that's to win.
So did you actually, I know you was up there for a short time, but did you actually get to experience the Bill Belichick coaching experience? Did you actually got to experience anything?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the spring practices, I think just like the pressures of wanting to be the best you can be in front of someone like that is definitely something that could get to players for sure. But I think outside of that is just knowing that this is what we all want to do for a living, whether that be take it from the college level to the next level. But yeah, that experience there was something that was just like a surreal moment for me where I was like, I've only experienced soccer. I don't know what football is like. But then when I
Mhm.
football and I'm now with one of the greatest coaches ever to play the game, what greatest coaches ever coached the game. That pressure is definitely like in the back of my head, like I want to be the best that I can be for you right now.
So what's your most memorable Bill Belichick story? Because you know he's one of those coaches that's known for getting in people's details. Like he ain't gonna let you slide with nothing. So I know you got some type of story for me.
I think one of my most memorable stories, actually, and it's one of my most memorable moments in life as far as sports, is after the spring season and having that sit down meeting with him and just kind of hearing him say, with the 105 roster, we can't continue with you. And that's like the first time in my life where I've actually ever been cut
Mhm.
from a team. Growing up playing club, AAU basketball, club soccer, all this stuff, I always felt that I was always like, consistent, and the coaches kept me. They wanted me to continue to play, obviously, as they developed me. However, hearing that from him, I think that was like a good moment for me to be like, I know I am fairly new to this kicking world of football, but that I still have so much that I want to put into it and so much that I can put into it. And hearing that from him, and I heard some positive things from him too, obviously, as I'm new to it. So it was good to be like, okay, I'm not terrible. Like I do have
Mhm.
some good things going for me. It's just like I said with clearing house, like things have to be the way they have to be. But yeah, after getting cut, I was like, you know what? I'm going to trust God in this next opportunity. And when that one shows up, I'm going to trust him. I'm going to take it. And I know he's got bigger and better things for me. So I'm excited.
So let's talk about that time and that moment, bro. Like, how was you feeling? What was your thoughts? What was your process? What did you do after having that conversation? So I remember I got cut before too from a university. It's like, damn, like really after all this time, after all this work. So let's talk about that, bro. Because a lot of athletes don't realize that your scholarship is a year-to-year basis too.
Yeah. So in that moment, or prior to that moment, I was on the phone with my mom. I was on the phone, just kind of excited because I was like, I felt like I played well in the spring. I felt like there was good performance. Obviously, you had good days, you had bad days, and that comes with every sport that you play. But I was really excited. I'm thinking, okay, I feel good. Let's go do this. So I was on a high. I was really excited, really smiling, all that stuff. Get to sit down one on one with the man. And I get in there and I'm still, smile on my face, ready to hear, hey man, congratulations. We got a spot for you. Excited to have you on the team. Excited that you're able to join us. And the first words being out of his mouth is, with the 105 roster, we can't continue. Like instantly, I just felt like I just froze and kind of just like started staring off into space. And I was just like, I've never been cut in my life before. Like this is weird. And
Mhm.
I'm like obviously listening to talk and hearing him say words, but like really my mind was like blank and I was like, where do I go from here now? Is like I've already transferred 4 different times. I've played another sport and I started a new sport. It's like I don't want to transfer again. I really thought that this was going to be my final home up there in North Carolina. And I was just like shocked. But the more he kept talking, the more, he had some good things to say about me and my performance and stuff like that, and how to go ahead and continue to pursue and get better at what I needed to do. I kind of was just like, my mind was, okay, I need to find how to enter the portal, what teams are looking for a kicker, and what's the quickest and best way that I can go find an opportunity that's going to help me continue to develop into the player that I need to be.
So you say you transferred from 5 different schools? Now counting 5 different schools and counting?
Yes.
Wow, bro. 5 different schools, y'all. So I know you got some tips. I know you have some things to get back to the people on just how to navigate the transfer portal and just how to navigate the college sports experience, bro. Because it's a journey. It's really a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? So I
Right.
know everybody's situation is different, but there's kind of tips that you can give back to the people to even navigate the worlds of sports. And you've been on both sides, the athletic, but also the business side, bro. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, first year was at Drake University. That's a Division I soccer school up in Iowa. There, after entering the portal there, unfortunately, I actually entered the portal 4 days before it completely closed. So a
Mhm.
lot of coaches had found strikers, which is what my position was. And so when I was emailing and reaching out, it was like disappointing to hear, oh, we already found our guy. Oh, we already have somebody. So I'm sitting there thinking, there's not much time and I need to find a school. Like I want to continue to play. I never want to sit out or be left out. So just continual prayer and faith in my life and just trusting God that there's going to be a door opening. I remember I was playing summer soccer in Kentucky, still reaching out to coaches. And one morning I wake up and I was like, I'm going to just email a school in Florida. And it was FGCU. Emailed them. The coach responded in 15 minutes. And I was so excited. It wasn't a, we already found someone. It was, yeah, come down here. Let's see you get a tryout and see how you play. And so obviously that was a success and I was able to land at that school. And then afterwards, I think the biggest and yet hardest change was to change from soccer to football and not know what that looked like. Obviously, I entered the portal at the right time. I realized when that opened. And when that happened, it was just one of those moments where I was like, I don't know what to do, but to surround people and surround myself with people who knew what the portal was, who knew how to reach out to coaches and how to get them on my radar or get me on their radar. And so I was blessed with the opportunity to train with a coach down in Tampa, Florida, called his name is Jacob Enns. And his connection to the football world is just something that, still blows my mind. And just how many people he's connected to, but that really does help with kids who want to train, kids who want to get better, to connect with coaches who know coaches all over the country. But like I said, again, just the keep going aspect of things is when you are in the portal, sometimes things don't happen right away. You have to sit there and just be patient and trust that the right moment will come your way. And when it does, obviously capitalize on it or find something that, suits your needs and wants. But yeah, as for me, is like hitting the portal 5 different times. It can be a lot, but in the end, obviously my journey is like, I know I'm where I'm supposed to be as I continue to pursue next level football after college.
And that's kind of why we created all-in-one inclusive app to really help athletes guide their way through the journey, not just high school, but also JUCO players, also people when they hit the portal. And the app really designed is just all powered by AI, so you can reach out to college coaches. And it's kind of like an Instagram just for recruiters. So you'll have your profile page, you'll have your huddle page, you'll have everything on that one-stop shop for athletes to see, for coaches to see you, and it's basically one of the powerful tools. And I wish I had this when I was still playing in the game, man. But definitely for the athletes that's trying to get found or just trying to find a home, definitely download the app. You can click the link in my bio and we'll make sure that you find a home through the app. But bro, yeah, man, your story is just so powerful, just determination after determination, right? And you really had to stick your head down and really had to grind through the process and really grind out and trust the process. A lot of times athletes, they don't want to trust the process. They want everything to happen right now, especially you got social media, right? As everybody buzz, everybody posting their offers, everybody just out there doing their own thing. And you use social media as a tool as well. So how has social media helped your career? Has it helped your career at all? Has it helped you anything? Or is it just something just like, hey, you just like to do it?
No, for sure. Social media is a big part of the career in college sports. You just touched briefly upon how seeing other athletes post, seeing other athletes commit. I think that was something for me where I'm seeing other kickers in my position committing to these bigger schools where I'm thinking I would have a shot at. But like you said, keeping your head down and focus, like your opportunities are going to show up. But social media for me, I use Twitter and I had no idea that's what the football world was about, posting videos on Twitter. So I'm sitting here sending over 50, 60, 70, 100 emails to different schools, getting no response. But using social media, using Twitter, which is a really powerful app to post videos, to post the highlights, to post your film so coaches can see that. That was something new for me. So just going outside, training with my coach, but also posting videos from that and then posting videos from my first Division II season is what helped me gain more notoriety and get on coaches' radars at the Division I level.
So now you get the whole space of NILs, the whole NIL deals, right? Have you been able to find an NIL partnership or just anything around those lines, or it's just always been just sports? It hasn't been the business side yet.
Initially, it's been sports. It's been the main focus, and obviously, NIL is something that's really awesome and a new tool for a lot of these college athletes, freshman to senior to fifth year to seventh year, whatever you want. But for me, it's been sports initially. I actually recently had a meeting with my school here about what NIL opportunities are out there. And so I will be looking more into those in depth and trying to connect and make some good connections and partnerships with different companies down here in San Antonio, Texas.
And we actually partnered with the NIL agency as well. So I definitely plug you into them. Do really good. Have one of the best, couple of the best lawyers in the country. And the NIL space is changing frequently, right? So it's all about who can represent you and who can give you the best advice through your whole journey. And that's what I learned because you want to keep the main thing, and have people in your background and in your corner working for you while you can focus on sports because it's a business now, right? It really is a business. So you got to make sure they want you because you can play your sport, but also have people in the background pushing you because it can be a lot of noise trying to keep up with everything, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Man, I had some kids that came to me, they just got a new Corvette. They got the buzz down chains. I'm like, man, like I wish I was still playing while all this is going on. So definitely take advantage of it, but it's definitely can be a powerful tool for athletes if you use it the right way, right? And that's really what we preach at off the field is like, hey, it's life after football, but while you're playing sports, take advantage of your positioning and of your timing so it can build a brand for you to last longer than sports and do whatever you want to do with it. So you went famous, you went viral for your kicks, right? Has anything ever showed up after going viral? Did anything is like, oh wow, okay, I didn't think this would happen or expect anything like that?
Anything unexpected, I think, would be when I was training down in Tampa, Florida. I was hitting field goals from like 60 yards out, and that was a video that I posted, and it got a pretty decent viewing there. And what was really cool about that, as far as going the sports realm of it, is after practicing those kicks, I was actually able to kick one of those in a game, and that is actually my longest field goal in game. It's a 60-yard field goal, and with that, obviously it translate into when I hit the portal, I have a field goal like that to show coaches that, hey, if we're getting down to it, down to the wire, or we need a long field goal, is I have a leg for that, and I have a leg that can kick a field goal like that. But as far as social media aspect of things, field goals and anything like that, nothing crazy has really happened. I think that's just something that I can look forward to as I play down here in San Antonio, Texas, UTSA. If we need something like that, I'll just be ready to go. And I'm excited if an opportunity like that opens up.
Yes, sir. You ready for it? You clutch for it. I like it. So, how much of that posting on social media is for fun and more? Is it for fun or is it for a strategic business decision strategy?
I think for me in the beginning, when I was a freshman leaving high school, I think social media for me was just like fun. It was just posting to post. And I began to actually grow a good following. Right now I'm at 397,000 some on TikTok. And with that, now the NIL and opportunities like that is being able to showcase that to different businesses and being like, hey, if we want to work a deal, we want to work something out, I have a decent following that can bring more people, more of a target audience to your brand and what you guys stand for. And I want to be able to represent that in the best and the most respectful way possible. So in the beginning, it was fun, but now it's more of a strategic side of things that I kind of just got to continue to gain more knowledge in and then continue to build off from there.
So your major is sports management. You mentioned interest in coaching or broadcasting. Looking 15 years down the road, what does winning off the field look like for you?
Winning off the field would look like professional career is done. First of all, we'd probably be looking into some coaching and just giving back. And that could be soccer and football because I've been able to play both of them at the highest of levels in college. And then with the broadcasting, it would just be the more knowledgeable I get in football and continue in soccer is I can go ahead and just broadcast games and just speak about just different things that are obviously happening on the field, but just get more of like an exciting, because I know there are times where I'm watching games and the announcers, when they get excited and they're like really amped up about the game, the viewers, you have that sense of like, you're right there. You know, if you're at home watching, you're like right there watching, you're right there in the field. You can feel the stadium, the pulse and all that stuff and the energy and all that stuff. So I think that would be something cool to pursue if my life ends up going that way.
Now we get into the hot seat question of the interview. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Craziest thing you did to impress a girl?
Craziest thing I did to impress a girl, honestly, that was back in 8th grade. I joined my choir. I joined the choir school team just so I could be in the same room as her, but also like, I don't know. That was probably the craziest thing I've ever done. I did choir growing up, but then I quit and I didn't like it. Like I had no need for it.
Mhm.
So for me to go and do that's probably the craziest thing I ever did. Back in 8th grade, I joined a choir team just so I could see this girl in my class.
Did you ever get her?
Unfortunately, no. We became good friends, and I didn't turn out that way. But that's okay though. She's doing great things, and I'm doing my own thing. So I'm glad
Awesome.
about that.
Awesome. So it ended up being a long-term friendship.
It ended up being a long-term friendship in high school, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, that's never had that question asked before, and
Yeah.
craziest thing I've ever.
Now, you've been to a whole bunch of schools, right? So you went to college experience. So when's the last time you partied all night?
I don't party. I don't go out. I don't do stuff like that. I try and stay grounded and just like making sure I'm in the right place at the right time because, things can happen. And then I don't have any shame to those who do stuff like that. There's nothing like that. Obviously, everybody's life, but I like staying out the way and just kind of staying on that path of just like, I got a mission. And in order for me to achieve that, this is how I'm going to live my life doing this.
All right. Who's your GOAT in the kicking space and who's your GOAT in soccer?
My goal in soccer is going to be Lionel Messi.
Okay.
He's one of the greatest to ever do it. Ronaldo's good too, but Messi's just there's levels. So they're
Okay.
both really good though. They're both really good. As far as the kicking world, my go. I've heard of different names. I don't know too much. Like I'm
Mhm.
still quite brand new, but we have the Justin Tuckers of the world, Brendan Aubrey, which used to be a soccer player, and
Mhm.
he changed to a football kicker. So my story and his story kind of relate to one another there. So I would go Brendan Aubrey is the go for me there in the kicking world.
Okay. Good. 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 Well, I appreciate you for coming on the show today, bro. Anything you want to say to your fans and supporters out there that's watching?
Keep God the center of your life, and through Him, all things are possible. That's what I want to say. So